Hey, so this is Gary again from Helm of Sun Valley in San Mateo, California. And in this video, I want to go over the differences between the Marker Jester and the Marker Jester Pro. The Jester is a $360 binding, and the Jester Pro is a $399 binding, basically a $400 binding. The Jester has a din range of 5 to some crazy big number of 16, and the Jester Pro has an absolutely horrendously big din scale. It starts at 8 and goes to 18. So other than that, what's the difference between these bindings? They both have some magnesium alloy parts which set them apart from the Griffin. If you want to see my comparison between the Griffin and the Jester, you can click on the link below this video and see that. So the magnesium alloy parts that are in both of these bindings, the Pro and the regular Jester, is these two wings up here are magnesium alloy, and then this bracket that holds the heel piece to the track is also magnesium alloy in both of these. The rest of the parts are exactly the same, except for, and this is what differentiates the Pro from this one, other than the big spring in here, is this bar right here, which just takes the place of these two rivets on the Jester. And this bar further increases lateral rigidity in the binding. And then the other difference is that this AFD pad is no longer movable. It does not move, whereas this AFD pad moves side to side to help reduce friction between the boot and the binding and help facilitate release. But they figure these guys who are using this binding, really it's all about staying in the binding, not coming out of the binding. These guys that are using this binding or should be using this binding are not interested in that much safety. They're really interested in staying in their binding, and in some cases, if they come out of the binding, it can be a bigger problem for them than if they stay in the binding. It can be if they come out of the binding, it's a bigger problem than if they actually stay in the binding. So they take out this AFD pad so that you have less. It increases the friction in the boot and the binding, between the boot and the binding, something that in other bindings they're trying to reduce. So that's kind of an interesting thing. So realistically, the guys who should be using the Pros, the Jester Pro, is really a person who wants to stay in the binding, who has sort of abandoned any kind of safety. They're probably doing some really big stuff. And they just absolutely, retention is the issue here, not safety or release. Whereas the Jester is a little bit more for the normal guy. Let's face it, a guy who's 200 pounds, 6 feet tall, less than 50 years old, and has a boot sole length of, let's say, a 28 boot sole, 28 and a half, that would be a boot sole of about 324. That person's going to calculate out to a din of 8. This starts at 8. That's a 200-pound guy, expert level skier. So if you're buying this, you better want this. You better know what you're getting into. All right? So if you found this video helpful, please give me the big thumbs up down below. And if you have any questions or comments, put a comment down below and I'll try to get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.